Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and I would like to announce right off the bat before I forget that I'm going to be doing a live stream next Sunday, the 31st, at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and I don't know the other time zones. So eventually I will put up an official live stream announcement that you can hit notify, and that should tell you when it is at your time zone. But yeah, so if any of you had the misfortune to see my one and only live stream, um, it did not go well. I was using a laptop that I thought would do the job, and it kept kicking me off. I think it was at least 2 times, maybe three. I got kicked out of my own stream. And when I say disaster, I'm not talking about the subject matter. It was super cool to talk to Kevin from Graveworm on that, representing Graveworm again. And Eli was on that one as well. But I was so bummed out after that one. I was so embarrassed. I almost deleted my channel. I would just, you know, you host a live stream, you have guests on, and then it all fucks up, and it felt like it was my fault. Well, it was my fault because I didn't test it well enough. But anyway, been testing lately. Got a new kind of setup going that I think is going to work pretty well so far. The tests have been good. So it's been 9 months. Yeah, enough crying. I'm going to try again. So it's going to be me and Eli from Dark Hymns from the Cold North. And if you saw his live stream that I was on recently, it's going to be in that vein, kind of just like recent pickups and what's spinning, just really laid back and just kind of shooting the shit about music and stuff we've acquired lately. So if you feel like it, please join us. And with my new setup, I'll actually be able to keep up with the chat and respond. So, and I felt bad about that too, because I didn't really address the chat, which is kind of rude and shitty. But I think it's going to go well this time. So give me the benefit of the doubt and stop in if you would like. So that's that. So kind of simple today, just doing some T records, continuing Jacob's thread from Jacob's music channel KRI, which is defunct at the moment. And then we've got a more erotic thriller sleaze double feature. So we'll go to the albums first. Albums. I just call them albums. They're CDs. But so first up we have this Targa Lost in Archives Volume 1 and 2. So they're two separate jewel cases. They came together with this wraparound sticker. I don't know if you can see the sticker there. Warning, naked boobies inside. Now that's a selling point. So this covered the boobs. You take it off, and you got the naked girl on the hood of the car there with the guitar. And then there's Volume 2. So this is a Sunset Strip glam sleaze metal band from, I think it said they started in '85. They were active through the '80s. Just one of those bands that, for whatever reason, never made it. Opened for bigger bands, but never quite took off themselves. But if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, this is a pretty cool set to pick up. It's got 29 songs total. They're all pretty enjoyable, so I would recommend it. I don't know if it's still in print. It came out a while ago on Stormspell, but they may still have copies. So Targa, and it's spelled Tarrga, which I always forget how to spell it. But I'll leave a link below so you can check it out if you would like. All right, next up is Tapping the Vein, The Damage. This came out on Nuclear Blast in 2002. So this is like a kind of semi-industrial gothic metal album with female vocalist Heather Thomas, I believe her name is. Heather Thompson. Pardon me. I don't know what about this, but when it came out, I just kind of grabbed it, as you can see, used, and just incredible songs. So catchy. They did some EPs before this. They did an album after this that I never picked up. I listened to it, and it kind of really didn't do a lot for me. If I saw it in front of me, I'd probably buy it. But yeah, The Ledge, Butterfly. I'm not going to read the friggin' titles. It's just a really cool, catchy gothic metal album with female vocals. And incidentally, Heather Thompson met Greg McIntosh from Paradise Lost, and they are now married. So I did see them opening for Paradise Lost not long after this came out. So I don't know if that's where they met, but it's kind of cool. So she does backing vocals on a lot of Paradise Lost stuff now. Just kind of an oddity here. This Testament live at Dynamo. I wasn't aware that Dynamo was putting out these kind of CD releases of some of the stuff that has happened at the fest. But this came out in 2019, but it is their set from Dynamo 1997, so the Demonic album cycle. Pretty short, 8 songs: Demonic Refusal, Low, Over the Wall, Burn Offerings, Into the Pit, The New Order, Dogface Gods, Disciples of the Watch. Not a real special set list or anything, but it sounds cool, and I was happy to pick it up. Big Testament fan. Godly, Thorns, the self-titled album, the only album so far. Was this 2002 as well? 2001. It's been a long time. You keep, every once in a while you hear rumblings there's going to be another Thorns, and there's rumblings again, but who knows. So this is Snore, formerly of Mayhem briefly. He was kind of Varg's buddy when Varg went to kill Euronymous, so he did some prison time. But he had this project in the 90s, did some guitar-only demos, and then obviously when he was in prison, nothing was going on. Then he did a split with Emperor, kind of I don't know, re-announcing the project to the world, and then this came out after that. So this is black metal with industrial tinges to it, but just super brutal and catchy and just cold sounding. His guitar playing style is said to be very, very influential on pretty much the entire Norwegian black metal scene. We've got, on vocals here, we've got Satyr and Alderon, I believe, alternating. But yeah, 8 tracks, just a classic front to back. I would like another Thorns album, but it'd almost be cool if this was just the only one, because I think it's just perfect. And yeah, Thorns. I'm sure most of you know this, but if you don't, I would recommend checking it out. Where are we at? Tiamat, the musical history of Tiamat. So Tiamat, this is kind of where I stop with them. I have some after this. I never listened to them. I should probably just get rid of them. This was after Wild Honey came out, and this is just like a comp, but it does have a unreleased live disc on it. And I heard this is fairly rare, like 500 copies or something. Just kind of one of those weird things in the collection that I'm happy to have. And last one, Turbo Negro, the Norwegian death punk sensations. So this is Small Feces Volume 1 and 2. This is kind of a rarities non-album tracks collection. They had a lot of singles and whatnot that so it's cool to have this all in one place. Limited to 5,000, who knows? I'm sure there's plenty of them floating around out there, but love Turbo Negro, and was happy to have this. All right. Now we'll get to the movie. So, not interested in the movie? See you later. Thanks for watching. So what we have here is I've been reviewing these erotic thrillers, and we've talked about Julie Strain, Shannon Worry, Tane McClure, but we haven't addressed the Queen yet, and the Queen, of course, is Shannon Tweed. So this is a Shannon Tweed double feature. Illicit Dreams and Indecent Behavior 4 from 94 and 97, respectively. So, a little background on Shannon Tweed. She was Playmate of the Year 1982. She was in a bunch of mainstream stuff. She did some TV shows. She was in movies, usually in a small part, usually as the beautiful girl who probably gets topless. And as the 80s rolled on into the 90s, those roles were kind of starting to dry up. And then she did, I don't know what the first one of these she did, Last Call maybe. she started getting into these kind of like erotic thrillers, usually straight to video. Um, she's a, I mean, she's a good. I don't know. If I would say good actress. I would say good actress. Not great, good. Um, but I don't know. They weren't interested in her. Maybe because she was in her 30s now and she was aging out. But they were happy to have her in these erotic thrillers because she could act and she's beautiful and she got naked pretty much in every one. So there was a cool article in Vanity Fair about kind of the phenomena of these movies, and of course they talked to her, and she's not ashamed of them, but she also knows they're kind of garbage. So she was just kind of talking about it. She said she needed to make money. She had 2 young kids and a boyfriend who was out on tour cheating on her all the time, which, if you know anything about her, that is Gene Simmons. So she could make these quick. They filmed them quick. She could make a bunch of them in a year and make a living off them. So that's what she did. Another funny thing that she said, kind of a little bit of a scam with these, was there would be the R-rated version because Blockbuster would only stock R-rated movies. Then there would be the unrated version where you get some extra naughtiness. And she summed it up by saying 30 seconds of the same boobs, awesome. Which is usually what it was. It was like less than a minute of, the love scene would be slightly longer, but you'd already seen everybody naked, so like, what's the big deal? Who cares? But anyway, let's get into the movies. Illicit Dreams. So Illicit Dreams actually kind of tries to be a movie. It is Shannon Tweed is married to a comically horrible husband, like a comic book villain, abusive husband. He bangs his secretary while she's in the house. He comes in one night and she's awake when he doesn't think she should be awake, so he drags her down the stairs and throws her on the floor and says, "If you want to be awake, you can clean the floor all night," and stuff like that. So she's having these dreams about her dream man, and they have sex in the dreams every night, so Shannon can get naked. And after a few of these dreams, in the dream, the guy puts a key in her hand, and she wakes up and she has the key. So we're getting into a little supernatural here. So eventually she finds she meets the guy in real life, and he's been dreaming of her too. So they start having an affair, and then the husband gets suspicious and has somebody follow him, and then hijinks ensue, murders, whatnot. This was written and directed by the star Andrew Stevens, or did he not write it? I thought he wrote it. I'm gonna say he wrote it just because of the joke I thought of. I just imagine you're sitting there writing the script and it says, and then Shannon Tweed gets completely naked and I make out with her and touch her boobs. Wait, I mean, my character does that, right? But he was kind of like the male Shannon Tweed almost. He was involved in a lot of these kind of movies. It's enjoyable. It has a really shitty ending. I'll just ruin it for you. The ending is it was all a dream. So kind of lame, but I did enjoy it. It as far as like a variety of nudity, it's only Shannon and one other girl to get naked. So if you're into it to see lots of different boobs, this is not the one for you. So next up is Indecent Behavior 4, and I know what you're thinking, like, how am I going to watch Indecent Behavior 4 when I haven't seen the other ones? I won't know any of the lore. I'll miss all the Easter eggs. Well, you don't have to worry because this was not originally called Indecent Behavior 4. It was something else, and they just, I guess Indecent Behavior was a good seller, so they just tacked that on because Shannon Tweed was in it. I think she plays the same character in all the other ones, but not this one. It's just that she's in it. Oh, check out that sweet tagline. Looks can kill. Oh my god. So she is top billed in this. She is not the star. She's more like a supporting character. This is about a modeling agency, and they're going to pick their cover girl for the year. And at this model party, somebody goes outside and sees one of the models floating dead in the pool. And there's a washed up PI there, and he ends up being hired by the model's best friend to look into it because it's being ruled a suicide, but she doesn't believe it. And there's lots of boobs in this one. There's lots of variety of naked girls in this one. This is more kind of like what you would expect from the Cinemax late night sleaze film. It's all right. It didn't. I actually preferred Illicit Dreams because it kind of like tried to be more of a professional movie. Indecent Behavior 4. It sort of tries to be like a hard-boiled PI story. The lead guy is just a chode and not fun to watch at all. And it gets to the end, and you've seen it 100 times. There's 4 people all pointing guns at each other, all talking. They're double and triple crossing each other to the point where you're not really sure exactly what's going on, but nor do you care really that much. You're just kind of waiting for it to be over. So yeah, if you're going to watch one of these, I would say Illicit Dreams. But if you're just in it for the boobs, Indecent Behavior 4. However, in this day and age, if you're just in it for the boobs, you're probably not going to be watching these 90s softcore movies. You have better options. But anyway, so just wanted to give my allegiance to the queen, Shannon Tweed, the queen of the erotic thriller softcore movie. And that's it for this one, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the live stream next Sunday. And as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. Later.